For sure. Now with perfectionism, it's an interesting one because I've told people this. I've said you have to get out of that mindset, and then they say, but then am I purposely making bad music, or why shouldn't I strive to make, a masterpiece? That's where people get hung up.
Yeah. I think, I understand that completely, and it's a struggle for sure. It's not as easy, but also like people kind of also get mixed up with like, because if you really think about it, there is no such thing as perfect. It's not possible. It's impossible. There's always something to improve, and no matter how good you are, you will always, the better you get, the more things you will find to improve. And if you never like finish, and if you never like decide something is finished, you will never get that kind of momentum to go forward. And that perfectionism is really just the biggest hurdle I've seen in many, like I've seen a lot of people, like I've been doing this electronic music for 20 years now, and I've seen a lot of people like getting stuck in just like really talented guys like making great music, and they're just like stuck in their own kind of perfectionism, like they're not finishing stuff and sending it out. Like I always try to encourage people to start sending the music out before you get stuck too much, because momentum is really important for your progression, and you can't get that momentum going if you're just not getting your stuff out there. So yeah, just like mixing, like you shouldn't like it's good to strive for like great music for sure. Like you should strive to make masterpieces, absolutely, but you should understand that you are never going to be completely happy with anything that you make. Like there's always something, like no matter how good it is, no matter how good like other people tell you it is, there's always something that can be tweaked or improved. So you have to understand that kind of difference between having a good piece of music and trying to make it perfect. It's just you should like understand when it's good enough, I guess. Just realize that good enough is good enough. You don't have to make it perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's one important thing to kind of think about is how long you are, or how far along you are in your journey as a producer. So if you've just started making music, then it's a really bad idea to spend months on a song because you're learning incredibly slowly. But also there's this kind of point of, I think, diminishing returns. And sometimes there's just a point where you have to call it finished and move into the next project and apply what you've learned.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's really good. I think the good way to put it, the diminishing returns. Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Because you can endlessly tweak stuff, like you said. Like there's always something to, you can make this snare drum a little bit more bright, marginally. But at the end of the day, is it really going to make a difference? That's how I look at it.
Yeah, exactly. I think exactly. And I think at that point, when you come to that point, you should just ask yourself, like, how are other people going to hear this? Are they going to hear a difference? Is it going to make a difference? Because it's quite likely it's only in your own head. Other people in any case, other people are going to hear your music in completely different way than you are. Like they have their different like references. They have their own kind of frame from which they are looking at it. Everyone has a different angle to music. It's a very personal thing, and everyone hears it differently. So it doesn't really matter if your snare is a little bit brighter or a little bit duller or whatever, It's when you come to that point, when you start asking those questions, that's kind of the point when like maybe it's time to move on.